wanted to film this video. We have been away for a while. There's been some speed bumps, of course, but we're just going to keep plugging away. And we want to make this video today and make it just a really honest video. We had a couple of other ideas, but this whole thing is about connecting and being honest, and we're not feeling that great today, to be honest.
We're not. We were trying so hard to go with our first plan, which was kind of relatively funny. And then we're both just like, oh. And I was thinking, gosh, Sarah totally seems like she has it together and is like all fresh. And I'm just like, I feel like I'm in a cloud.
Well, it's funny because I thought the opposite. Like, you were doing really good talking in the video, and I thought, I'm just not with it. I am like distracted. No.
That's so funny. We both thought the same thing. Anyway, so then you texted, I had to go get Allie off the bus, and you texted me and you're like, let's just make it about how we're actually feeling today. And like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
I felt completely like in another dimension.
So did I. And like, I don't want to fake anything. So we thought might as well like actually make a video with how we're actually feeling. So other people can know, hey, like we all go through it. There's hard times.
Yes.
And sometimes it's unexplainable. Sometimes it like, you can pinpoint like what's wrong. And then other times you just like feel really low and depressed and there's no rhyme or reason to it. Mm-hmm. That's personally how I feel right now. There's no rhyme or reason, but that's just how depression is. Like, it can sneak up on you sometimes, and you're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I was laying in bed a couple nights ago, like Googling all my symptoms. I'm like thinking, this has to be something new and crazy because this is horrible. And then it's like, all of it leads back to depression. I'm like, oh yeah, I should know by now that this is what it feels like, but sometimes it just feels different, right? Or sometimes it feels confusing, like when you're in the middle of it and you can't figure out exactly what's happening.
No, there's been times where I'm like, okay, I must be dying. Like there has to like, do I have like, is there something really wrong inside my body for me to be feeling like this? But really, like, I think it's just normal depression, tiredness, and fatigue. All that stuff.
Yeah. I was sure the other day that I was dying, and I said that to one of my friends, and she was like, you really need to go to the doctor. I'm like, yeah, no, I think I'm dying about 23 hours out of the day. I just always assume I am, because how else would you explain feeling so weird all the time? I don't know.
I don't know. But, and I was thinking earlier too, like, that's the thing, like when you have depression, like there are other people that feel like that, but it's such an isolating thing. Like you feel like you kind of isolate yourself and you feel like, oh my gosh, like there's something wrong with me. Mm-hmm. But like, I'm sure like how you're feeling is exactly like how I'm feeling right now too. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, okay, maybe it is a normal side effect of depression.
I don't know why, like every time I Google it, like I shouldn't be surprised that that's what I'm going to end up with. But I'm sure I'm like, oh, this is it. This time I've got something new and different that is going to explain everything.
Well, thank God it's just that.
Thank God it's not that.
Thank God it's just your brain malfunctioning. That's all.
No biggie. Yeah, so you were saying that we tend to isolate, and that's absolutely the truth for me. Like that's naturally my inclination, but then you add not feeling well or not feeling right or not feeling happy on top of that, and it brings it to a whole another level of wanting to isolate from everyone and everything. And the interesting part about that is probably the opposite of what we actually need, right? Mm-hmm. For me. I mean, sometimes being around people is hard and it's not necessarily helpful, but sometimes it's really therapeutic just to have somebody close by.
Yeah, but I think like alone time, like it can be like such a, relief as well. But mm-hmm. I think you can get into a really dangerous habit of like being alone because it feels so good and it's so alluring, but it's such a bad rut to get in, because then you become like really stagnant and really still, and then like trying to get out of that and become motivated and get energy, like that stillness feels so good, but it's also like it's so bad too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking like, okay, what would help me right now? I'm like, oh, I just need a vacation to get away by myself. And like, I don't think that's actually what I need right now, because I'd get by myself and be like, what am I going to do now? Like, now I'm lonely. So like, I don't know what I need.
I think it would be great. I wouldn't mind it. But yeah, so that's just, I guess that's just how we're feeling right now. There's nothing we can do about it. And I know other people probably feel like that too, you know?
I think some people have the ability because they've never experienced true depression. Like maybe they've experienced being really, really sad. And I don't want to take away depression from someone else, but I think when someone says, well, you just have to snap out of it, or you just have to train your brain to think differently, or you have to eat well, or you have to exercise, or you have to take medicine. There's all these different prescriptions that people have, and I do every single one of them. Consistently, I do every single one of those. And so I think sometimes people who haven't truly experienced it, thank God they haven't had to experience this, there's an element of it that they can't understand. Like when you said there's nothing really we can do about it. We're doing everything about it we can do, right?
Yeah.
And still sometimes it just doesn't matter.
Well, and I don't think sometimes those comments are necessarily very helpful either, especially from people that don't understand that. They'll say, you know, you just snap out of it. Or like, you know, there are people in the world that do have it worse off than you. So like you have everything in the world to be happy about, but that's not how it works. And those kind of comments just kind of can lead to resentment. And, you know, like, it's just like, I don't want you to tell me what to do. I just want someone to understand.
Right.
Wow, that is really hard. I like, but not everybody can understand. Some people, like, they'll be sad and then they can just say, you know what, I'm going to go out with my friends, or I'm going to go shopping and I'm going to feel better. But like people who have true depression, that's not, and maybe temporarily, like buying a new pair of shoes, you're like, oh, this is great for like 5 minutes. But like, you know.
I think that's something really, I was thinking about you and about this the other day. I don't know that you've ever like offered me advice in an unsolicited way. Like I think that, and I think what's so powerful about that is that I always feel understood. You always listen, you always respond, and you always care. And like, I think that's what I need more than any advice. I mean, I can Google answers all day, right? I can ask for advice, but I think that's something special about you, and hopefully other people have found friends who just will listen and just be with you in it. Like that's the biggest thing. As much as I want to be by myself and be alone and not have to deal with anyone, the thought of doing this alone is really overwhelming too.
Oh yeah. And you know, I feel the same way about you. It's just like sometimes when you're like feeling like that, you just want to kind of say like, oh, I'm like feeling really bad. I'm feeling just really depressed right now. And you just want somebody to like say like, I totally get it. I'm sorry that you're feeling like that. Like that's all people need. And so, you know, you don't need someone to say, well, why don't you go out and like walk for 5 minutes? I bet that will make you feel better. Like that's not, you know, that's not helpful. And like, I know if there's any people out there watching this video that are like struggling, and even if you just want to say, listen, I have depression, it hurts, I'm struggling, like, please, like, we're not going to tell you a to-do list of what to do, because like we don't know what to do either. Like we're just doing the best we can to get through, and making yourself laugh or finding people that make you laugh is important, even though like I saw a quote yesterday that said like depression's not always 3 a.m. Sometimes it's 3 p.m. when you're laughing with your friends. Because like I think it's good to like laugh, but like the hurt's still there. But I guess don't know where I'm going with this.
You don't have to. You don't have to know.
most of the time, I don't know where I'm going with things. I have a
believe it.
thought and it just, so
We just figure it out as
I
we
guess
go.
what I'm just trying to say, if you just want to like have somebody to tell that you're hurting, like we're here to listen. Like
Yeah.
we understand, and we're not going to tell you what to do, but we will be a listening ear. We'll be loving support, and like we're here for that. Like honestly, we understand. And I had another YouTube channel a couple of years ago, and I did a video on my depression, and I felt like it was one of the most the best videos that I did, because I had people from all over the world say, oh my gosh, like I feel like that, and like I have nobody to talk to. I didn't, I don't know anybody else that has depression, and it's really hard because everyone that's surrounding me doesn't get it. And so it's nice to have somebody else in the world, even if, we may not know you personally, or we can't sit with you, at least to have somebody that's like, oh my gosh, like, yes, like I feel like that too. Sometimes that is so comforting. So that's just basically one of the reasons we wanted to make this video and be honest. And I mean, I don't feel like I'm at my best at all right now. So
I'm definitely not.
I mean,
I feel like you really are.
I'm
Like,
not.
I'm impressed by you right now. But I kind of always am. I think most people are, other than you.
See, that's like a side effect. I'm like, no, I don't think so.
Probably. It's not our fault that would be our side effect.
Yeah, you always are like, nobody likes me.
Everybody else has it together except for me.
What's wrong with me?
Why do I suck?
Why'd they look at me like that?
I know they're thinking I suck.
I started talking and then they cut me off and walked away. Oh my gosh, I'm so boring.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Well, hopefully we can be a safe spot for people. And if nothing else, like we don't expect anyone else to share, but hopefully just knowing there are other people who feel this way, who feel just completely out of it some days, and just knowing that we're here and we get it, hopefully will bring a lot of comfort to you.
Yeah. And that's what this is all about. Just connecting and bringing comfort to each other, and just being a safe spot. And like Kelly said, if you don't want to share, that's fine. If you do, like, you can private message us, and we'll just be there for you.
Yep. We're good at that.
Mm-hmm.
We are good at that.
Oh yeah. That's one of our gifts. That's one of, like, I can be very self-deprecating, but like, that's one of my gifts. Like, I will say that. I'll be nice to myself right now.
Yeah. And people, and I know this happens to you too, Sarah, because we're basically the same person in different bodies and states. But people come to me all the time to share really intimate details of their lives, right? And it's usually things that aren't going well. Mm-hmm. And that is such an honor to me. And it's just something that it is such a gift to me when people share. And it almost never fails that after the conversation, the person will apologize. Like, I'm so sorry. You know, when things are hard, I think of you and I call you, and I just don't want to be a downer. I don't want to be, this dark light in your life. And the funny thing is, it really does bring me so much joy to talk through problems with people. The fact that they would trust me, the fact that they would know that that I would listen and I would care. Like, there's so much about it that's so uplifting to me. It really, really is a gift. And that doesn't mean I'm not hurting with and for them in the process.
Right. It's
just an honor to be able to walk through something with someone, that they would choose me or they would choose you to be with them during that time. It's such a huge honor.
Oh no, I completely agree.
We're talking about things that matter. Like, that matters. I don't want to have a fake conversation with someone like, hey, how are you? Great. Awesome. Good. Okay. Let's talk about all great things. Like, if that's not where they truly are, like, we want to know where someone really is. And that's the kind of conversation that matters.
Yeah. Like, we're both reading this book called Carry On Warrior. And basically, I think when women or men or whatever, when you first meet, you have this audition kind of phase. You're trying to be your best self, and you're just talking about really like the weather or what your kids are doing. But like everybody inside is dying to be real. They're just dying to say like, my life's falling apart, or I'm depressed, or like this is hurting me, or blah blah blah. Like everybody's dying to, but no, everybody's scared to, because you know, you don't know how the other person's going to react. But I think the other person probably feels the exact same way. So I think once somebody opens up, like that's when real conversations happen. And
You just have to have balls.
yeah,
Female balls sometimes.
And you know what? But here's the thing again. But not everybody, I guess it's just like sometimes you just have to feel people out, because not everybody does get it. Not everybody is a
and not everybody deserves to hear the intimate details. Like they might not be a safe person.
Yeah. Yeah, and they might not really care, actually.
Right.
So
or they might use it against you. See, this gets so tricky.
Yeah.
It's so tricky to find the right people. And that's why when you finally find the right people, you cling to them. Like I cling to Sarah, and I hope you'll cling to us. Like, hope you'll be like, oh my gosh, these are my people. They're my safe place. They don't have it all right. They don't have it all together, but they are trying. They are trying to do the right thing. They're trying to get it together, and they're trying to use their lives to hopefully help other people live theirs. So hopefully you'll cling to us. I mean, kind of in a codependent way. We're all right with that because we totally get it. It's unhealthy. I don't know where to go from here.
And we're out.
That's about it, I think. Do we have anything else we want to say?
I just want to thank everybody that supported us so far, because we just got started not that long ago, and people, like how people have supported us has been so beautiful to see. Like, and so many people are like, oh my gosh, like this has helped me, or they've trusted us. And that's like, that's what we want. Like, that's our desire. Like,
yeah,
you know,
when we get those, like people have inboxed both of us when we get those, like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing.
I know. It's like, that's all we want to do. Like, our passion is to help people, and our passion is to be like a trusted space where people can just open their heart. And you know, like, we're going to be the same way. Like, when you open your heart, trust me, we are going to open our heart too. So if you're being vulnerable, we're going to be vulnerable back too. So it's just, that's what we want to do. Like, we want to help you guys, but like, it's also such a healing for us too.
Yes.
So we're both getting something out of it.
Yes, but I echo what Sarah says. Thank you for all the support, all the positive feedback, everybody sharing things, contributing to conversations. Like,
yes, posting quotes.
So cool. Yeah, like it's just been like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. So thank you for being along on this journey with us and trusting us and liking us.
Yay!
Feeling.
People like us.
People like us. It's a miracle.
Oh my God.
People like us other than us.
Yes.
Yeah. Our others.
They're great.
We love our others.
Me too.
Well, you look really pretty.
So do you.
Thanks.
Who knew? Nobody would have thought we were down.
I feel better right now.
I do too.
I think it's just like so therapeutic just to say, hey, like I'm not okay right now.
Yeah.
Rather than just like going about like you're okay and it just takes so much effort. Just be like, look, today I feel really completely out of whack. That's helpful.
Yeah. And also I think like not all the time, like, but I think, and it may not apply to everybody, but I think when I find something that I'm passionate about, like I feel lifted. I feel like a spark of energy. So I think like I'm not going to give anybody advice like for depression, but the only thing I would say is find something that you're 100% passionate about and like go for it, because you will feel like this spark of just creative energy and joy from it. Mm-hmm. Most of the time that is from helping other people. Yes. That's when your true joy is going to happen.
Absolutely. So I remember yesterday I woke up at probably one of the lowest points I've been in a really long time. And I texted you and I was like, Sarah, the only thing right now that I that makes me feel any kind of hope is creating another video for others. Like that was the only thing I could think of in that space that was so dark and overwhelming and down. Like that's the only thing I could think that would bring me true joy, because it's creating and it's being in a space that you're created to be. It
Yeah.
just feels good.
Yeah, it does.
Good. Okay.
All right.
Do we end all of our videos with, okay, I think that's it?
Probably.
We should, if we don't.
Okay. And we always, in our, well, like this, that's the hand movement, I guess.
We need
All
some.
right, so next
are those
video.
things called memes or memes or memes?
I think they're called memes.
Okay, so the ATO meme will be like, that's it.
Yeah, our emoji.
Oh yeah, emoji. That's a better thing.
So yeah, next video that we want to do, to give you something to look forward to, I think we want to do a video that is, what is it?
We have to be in a really funny mood, but it's called You Might Be an Other If.
Yes, you might be another if. So I think you're gonna go, oh yeah, me too. It should be a good one.
We got a good list going.
Yes, of 3. I have 3 things so far.
I have 4. It
It's a good one. It's a good list.
It might be a brief video, but people like brief.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that's it.
All right, guys. We love you, and
Love you.
we will see you. I don't know where to look over here. I don't know where to look. Okay, guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Oh, you're waiting for me, aren't you? Like I'm the one who has to stop it?
I don't know. I just doing our emoji. Bye.